Hello, hello. It's been a little bit, so I don't know how much time I have tonight because I've had a lot to do today and I have more stuff to do, but I had a little time and I felt like it had been too long since I had been on. So I figured I would come and, do a little bit. So, I have been... right. Having discovered that you cannot cast high-ish level spells in Britannia while inside the Black Rock Gem, I came here to the prison tower where everything's dead, so it's safe. And I spent a little while going through my inventory and casting name enchantment on things and then just alt-tabbing while I let my mana regen. I have not nearly gotten through everything that needs to be identified. I had meant to come back and do this for a second session of learning stuff. But I didn't get around to it. Like I said, I've been super, super busy. Hey, Jared. Good to see you. How you doing? But I don't, need to know what the rest of the stuff does right now. What I do need to do, though, is head back up into the castle and train some skills. Because I've got 10 skill points to use. So sorry to hear about your health crap. I'm doing all right. Have been absolutely slammed at work. So I've been working a lot of evening and weekend days as well. So I haven't actually been able to do any game dev in like 3 weeks, which drives me nuts. But and really, strictly speaking, wait, I think I want to go this way. Strictly speaking, I probably should spend this chunk of time that I have free at the moment and spend it on game dev rather than playing games. But having made affiliate and having had a couple of people actually wind up with subscriptions, I don't think anybody has subscribed directly, but people have thrown some gift subs around. I feel like going too long without a stream is kind of rude at that point, and nobody likes a rude person. So, skills. What should I spend some skill points on? Possibly I should put 5 points into axe at this point. That feels plausible. Who trains axe? Is it Dupre or Jeffrey or somebody else? Axe is Dupre, yeah. So, over this way. And yeah, I'll have, assuming this gets done, and I feel like I'm pretty close to done finally with the work explosion. So once I get to the point where that's closer to done, where is Dupre these days? He wanders around. I should be able to spend like a couple of weeks being productive on the game. I'm not traveling for Christmas this year. you know, COVID surge and the fact that the airlines, I mean, I figure there's a 50-50 chance that any flight that I try to get, wow, Lord British wandering around here? That's weird. 50-50 chance that any flight I get is going to get canceled anyway. So, all right, evidently I had latest experiences. I think all I did was ID some stuff, but sure, whatever. Let's see. Lord British doesn't have anything new to say. I'm not surprised. But where the heck is Dupree? What are you doing here? That's the thing about, like, a game where time passes and people can wander around in whatever, you know, system they use, whether it's a drunken walk or whatever. You wind up with an NPC wandering real far, and then it's like, well, they'll never go home again. At least I'm regenerating mana if I want to name another enchantment. Though I'm thinking after I level up a bit, assuming I actually successfully do find Dupree at any point. I haven't found YOLO either. I may make yet another attempt to see if I can fight those gazers. It's been distinctly goofy, but do the NPCs ever wander into the weird loop around the castle? Never noticed one there. Right, there's been a murder. Maybe Dupre and Yolo are hanging out in Lord British's room while he's not home? No? Like, they can't have left the castle. That is the one thing that definitively they cannot have done. Hey! I wins and I wins. Let us spar with the axe. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now I think I'm going to throw the rest of it into casting and mana. One, two. All right. That was you with 1 skill point. So you know what? I think I am going to... I think I'm going to do 1 more point of axe. All right. Now I am significantly stronger than I was moments ago. Yeah, I don't actually want to zip down to the 5th level. Because now that I've got all of that training done, I am going to I'm going to go make another attempt at those gazers. Wow. Oh. I'm still inside the gem. I can't cast in money here. Okay. Forgot that the sewers was still inside the gem. Okay. I expect this to go terribly, but I really want the runestone that I know the gazers have. Hold on a quick sec. Alrighty. Oh, right, I have boots of bouncing. I forgot about that. Not really sure whether they're useful in any particular way, but sure, they exist. Okay, well, I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm dead. Yep. And my boots are kind of killing me. Jumping into that room. Jumping into that room and bouncing. If I run in and jump, I wonder if I can bounce all the way to the platform that they're on at the far end. That might be worth trying. Nope. Yeah. These boots are getting me killed, man. Ah, I see. All right. I had speculated that maybe I could try to do this fight. Yeah. And lure one of the gazers out away from the other one. But without, like, having a levitate spell on myself, there's no way I can get back out of that room. I could maybe try going to the lip of it and blasting one of the gazers with a wand. I find the wands to be just so garbage to use in the UI. That's a good question, Kidge. Hi. If I can trust my my own tally on the stream information from day to day, this is stream 11 for the game. So probably 4-ish, 3 or 4 months I started it. I'm going to try that zap him with a wand idea. See what happens. See if I can kite one of the gazers out of the room. Oh, they're already shooting at me. Will they follow me? Wow. Okay, well, it's possible that I could have arranged that better. And no, I skipped this one originally. When I was a kid growing up and playing through the series, at the time I felt like, at the time with my limited funds and time, I suppose, I read the descriptions of what the Worlds of Ultima and the Ultima Underworld's plots were supposed to be. And at the time, I felt like they sounded really kind of dumb. Going to pulp dinosaurs and savages going to Mars, and then Ultima Underworld 1, I was like, so let me get this straight. The plot of the game is that you return to Britannia. They don't recognize their savior from upteen times in the past, so they throw you in a prison that's in a dungeon that was canonically destroyed several games ago. I'll pass. So, the revolutionary, it's 3D, etc., was completely lost on me at the time. And so, yeah, so I skipped them. And so this time through the series, playing through them all in order, I have finally hit each of these in turn for my first time each on them. And so I am playing this having never played it before. Okay, they've seen me. I don't see any lightning bolts coming. All right. So maybe if I get their attention enough that they start zapping at me. There we go. The zapping has begun. Ultima Underworld 1 took me, and I didn't play that one on stream or anything. That one took me a whole bunch of attempts before I could get more than about 20 minutes into it. This was partially due to the UI and the control scheme. They can obviously be forgiven for not using a control scheme that I'm used to, given that they predated any such control schemes, but it still was just, that it is not quite WASD. I just kept, I would play it for 20 minutes or half an hour or so, and then I would put it down for 6 months, and then I would start over again because I didn't remember what I was doing. Once I finally got all the way through the first floor of Ultima Underworld 1, I really enjoyed it. A lot of it was tedious and slow, so I did employ a walkthrough in places just so I could know, for instance, when you go to the blacksmith to get Caliburn reforged, I would have really liked to have known exactly what I needed to bring him before I went, because schlepping up 4 levels of the dungeon, through the maze, to him, talking to him, and then having him tell me what to bring him, and then having to go run around and collect stuff and come all the way back, was just tedious busy work. So I would look stuff like that up. Are you coming? No, you stay in the room. Okay, I don't think I can get them to leave the room. I was hoping to try to kite them out here, but I think they will not leave the room. And I genuinely don't see how wands can possibly be useful, given that you can't actually aim them at things. You click use wand and then just there's a sparkle effect in front of you, and there's no way to tell whether or not it actually did anything to any of the monsters that you're in front of. Where are we? Hey, Lumina, how you doing? So last week I spent a couple of hours with the game running in the background while I did other things, and I ran to the prison tower, which is devoid of other entities at this point, and just cast name enchantment and then on stuff in my inventory, and then would do other things while my mana regen. I am not nearly done with that. I see. I have not. And it was a wand of frost that doesn't seem to map directly to any of the spells in my spell book. So I guess I didn't know what to expect on that. Anyway, having done that, not as much as I had meant to before the next time I streamed. So at some point after this stream, I'm going to go and do that again. But I went into the castle and trained up. So my axe skill has gone from like 5 or 6 to 12 or 13. And I upped my cast skill as well. And so I said, well, hey, I'm more powerful than I've previously been. Let's see if I can fight these gazers yet. And the answer still seems to be no, not really. And so instead, it is time. Yeah, those gazers are on the top level of the sewers. In the little maze section in the northeast corner that also includes the trapdoor that just drops you into the water. I just happen to know that those gazers have an X rune in the chest behind them. And I don't have that rune yet and would like it to be able to poke my head into all of the locked rooms in the ice world. Okay. So, go talk to Altera. Let me see. This clue book also only lists 2 locations for the X stone rune thing. So Now I'm going to go chat with Altera. Because I found the rod thing that she wants. Thou hast done a very dangerous thing, Avatar. Relk was not well liked here, but he was a favorite of the Guardians, and his death shall not go unnoticed. Well, I haven't found any other use for gold so far this game, so maybe that's worthwhile. Indeed, I suspect Relk suspected my true, or I believe Relk suspected my true identity. Then we are doubly in peril. Remember, my life is at stake as well as thine, Magister. I shall endeavor to be more careful. Aye, please do so. Thou canst not merely slay where thou dost like. He attacked me. Come on. Aye, please do so. Thou canst not merely slay where thou dost like. But come, what brings thee here today? It is about 99% of how we avatar. But give me a moment so I can delete that spam chat. Since I don't, have mods. There we go. Tell me of thy research. Weren't you the one that wanted the amethyst rod? I could have sworn. Oh, let's see. Maybe it's under further help. Then must assemble all parts of the scepter before we can continue. Well, probably would have been a good idea for me to write down what the other parts of the scepter she wants me to find are. Maybe I did, but it's been a while, and I've thrown a lot of stuff around on my desk here. Let's see. Cat passed. Oh. Dread spider egg. That's the other thing I need, and that can be found in the sewer. I don't have all the parts. I don't have the spider egg. I did write down what she asked me to get. It just was on a different piece of paper than I was using the most recent time I was taking notes. So. I do recall Yeah, there were some dread spiders in the sewers in Britannia, and if I recall correctly, their deal was basically that they won't aggro you so long as you don't touch their eggs. So this will be exciting, especially since I don't have a Nox rune yet. And being actually in the sewers means I will die for real. I didn't note in on my map here where the spiders were. Okay. So I cheated and looked it up. So. I think I ran away from that room. Maybe. Oh yeah, there's at least one locked room that I still haven't actually even gotten into. So maybe that's where it is. Let me confirm. Yes. Checking here. This room has a haunt. So... maybe I can beat that door down, and then, like, the one time I tried it, the haunt killed me, and I said, okay, never mind. That's plausible. But if not, I don't intend to level up my lockpicking skill, given that once I do get my hands on the X rune, I will have an unlock spell. Like, there's an extent to which I, you know, have not been avoiding spoilers about the game. Like, I know a lot about the plot of the game just because, while I never played it, it's the one of the 4 games that I had skipped in my original growing up plays through that is actually part of the main saga's storyline. So I'm not too hung up on spoilers. I don't really want people to just, like, tell me how to solve puzzles before I even try them or anything like that. But especially stuff like, hey, in an area that you've already mostly explored and might not go back to without knowing that there's a reason to do so, there's a thing that you want, is actually useful, because especially playing this on stream, I don't want to run back and forth between places a whole lot and just bore people. So being a little more efficient in my play is appealing. So, long answer short, telling me that there's a Nox rune in the Britannia sewers on 3 is not a problem. Heh. Yeah, I'm really feeling like these boots are more cursed than blessed. Anyway, where am I going? Up here. So, I think I've killed all of the lurkers in this section of water already. While I don't have Nox, I'll go ahead and grab some leeches. Okay. Let me... That's not what I wanted to do. Let me do that. And then save. But, you know, once I finish this, then it'll be Serpentile. Unless I play something else in between. I'm actually considering playing Dungeon in between. It might be weird, but whereby Dungeon, I mean the mainframe version that of what later became Zork. There's a lot of these guys. The three Zork games were originally written as one huge game for mainframe computers. It was split into 3 games for disk space reasons. With all those spiders in front of me, might have been a good time to attempt the to get some utility out of that Wand of Frost. Heh. So, in any case, I have played Zork. I have played every Zork game, actually. I have won most of them. One of them was technically an MMO that was not very good, but I played it for a little bit because the name Zork was on it. I got into Zork around the same time as I got into Ultima. But there are some puzzles in Dungeon that aren't in the Zork games. There are some solutions that are a little different, and you know the whole area is kind of merged together, so you can visit locations that don't show up until Zork 2. You know, before you've finished all of the stuff in Zork 1. So it's interesting. I was playing it years ago. I didn't get very far. I started, mapping it out and refreshing my memory, trying not to. God, the one thing, the biggest thing that makes me hesitate about playing Dungeon is the possibility that the big maze is different between it and Zork 1. Because it really liked the maze of twisty passages all alike from Colossal Cave Adventure. And so Zork 1 has one as well. With a lot of places where it's like north to go, but west to go back. And you can't tell where you are because every room in the maze has the exact same description. And the standard way in a game like that to map such a thing is to obviously save first and then get as much crap as possible into your inventory and drop things room to room so you can tell where you are by what item is on the floor. But then on top of that, one of the NPCs in the game is the thief, who will not only steal things from your inventory if they're valuable, but will steal things off the floor whether or not they are valuable, and then drop them somewhere else randomly in the dungeon. That means it's theoretically possible that he ruins your careful map making. Yeah, I still have no idea if that wand is doing anything at all. Oh, I wound up in the water. That's probably not good, but I think the spiders won't follow me. So I got that going for me. If only I had picked up any ranged skills. But some things will fly. And I guess some of my wands or my scrolls might be useful combat spells, but I haven't gotten all of them ID'd yet. Smite Undead, not useful to me. Deadly Seeker. Did they leave? Did they go back home? Nah, I see spiders up there. Okay. Having lured all of the spiders out of the room, I wonder if I can run around them and get to the eggs. The thing is, I would like to kill them for the XP. But, I mean, one of them had wandered pretty far out of the room where the rest were, and when I attacked it, the whole room came at me. So I'm going to call that myth plausible, um, but I'm dubious. So seems likely. I'm just going to. Most of those are spell scrolls. I've got a lot of them. I just haven't managed to ID most of them yet. Spiders. Hi. Nope. My orb gave out. Guess I'll have to go back to Teleris and get that restocked. But now I've got hostiles on this level until I eventually do deal with them, so that's worth noting. Hopefully I grabbed the right thing. I wrote down that I need a spider egg. Oh, I have a black rock gem that I haven't applied to the thing yet, I guess. I don't know if I grabbed an egg or just some egg shell. I grabbed the black eggshell. Is that the right thing? I guess I'll find out. I am still poisoned. So maybe... I'm starting to wander through here because I was going to go up and try to fight that haunt. For the Nox Stone. But I'm not really in condition to fight much of anybody. So I think instead I'm just going to take the long way around back to Killorn Keep and talk to Altara again. Or head around to where that haunt is. pull out my bedroll and sleep, and then try it. As I so often do, I forgot to turn off my light source before doing that. That's a massive door. Massive doors are not something that you can beat down, aren't they? So until I beat the gazers or get to the other location that has the X rune, I don't think I'm getting in the room with the haunt that has the Nox rune. So there's a couple of other, well, unless one of the random keys that I have happens to be to this door. I suppose I could try that, but since there's no way to label the keys, and I've already lost track of which ones came from where, it seems unlikely, but okay, yeah. So I don't remember where this guy came from. But now he's scared. Bye! Yeah, I stand by my statement that these boots are way more trouble than they're worth. All right. Still curious who built this weird elevator platform system in the sewers. Like, who thought that they needed it? All right. Let's just go and speak with Altara again. See if I do, in fact, have the right things now. And yes, technically I can apply the Blackrock gem that I have in my inventory and open up some new locations. but I tend to prefer to keep doing a more constrained list of locations until I've pretty much like done everything that I can do without needing to go to new places. It's easier to keep track of what's what. Haha! I have collected the components of the staff. Excellent. And now if thou wouldst hand them to me... There's one. There's one. Here they are. There's a third. Presumably I already had the third thing because I only wrote down that I need to get the rod and the dread spider egg. But having not written down what the other one is makes it a challenging proposition to go ahead and set this up. It's the black pearl? Okay. I knew that I was carrying one around. How about that? That work? Yes. Thank thee. She reads a prepared scroll over 3 objects, and they flow and fuse together in a way that your eye cannot follow. When it is finished, a new object has formed. Now listen carefully. I have sensed that the Guardian has cast a powerful spell over your world. Is this not the case? Go ahead and drop that in my inventory, and then check and see which inventory I dropped it in. Okay. It's in the bottom right backpack. Great. Yes, yes it is. When the Guardian cast his spell, he opened cracks between the worlds, cracks that led to the sites of similar spells on other worlds. These are his places of power. His lines of energy are strung thus in a web throughout the multiverse. This staff can cut those lines. What must I do with it? On each world, you must find his place of power, some vile sorceress engine or a ruin blighted by his magic, and touch the staff to the earth. It cannot cancel his magic, but it can prevent him from drawing energy from a plane and using that energy to power his spell. How shall I find these places? On each world thou shalt find some who know its past, its story. They shall tell thee of the Guardian's work there, where his power on that world lies. Thou mayest judge for thyself what sort of Guardian he is. I shall do it. Excellent. At last I have an ally of courage. Okay. Everyone in the prison tower is dead. So I'm going to have to make some educated guesses. This is not where I meant to go. Should have taken that left turn out of Albuquerque. I mean, it might as well. Ah. I assume he left. Like, I don't think there's anything left in this plane, in the accessible part of this plane, that I can talk to. I try not to. Well, I don't use the bedroll that much, so it may actually only be about a day since I was last here. Anyway, I assume the spell of power is all the way up at the top. Oh, hey. If I hadn't bothered exploring the rest of the tower for a while. Hey, Magister, I got letter for you. From... forget who it from. Some guy bring it. Say leave it for you. You take now, or maybe me lose later. Thanks, Garg. Here you go. Oh, he can train me. That's funny. It's definitely not the bag I should have put that in. I must be going now. You come back visit, okay? Sure. Garg look forward, if you remember. Avatar, do not omit in thy travels to speak with a mage named Zoranthus. Thou shalt find him in a prison of his own. Yeah, unarmed seems like a trap skill. That's it? Okay. The loaf of bread is only stale. I might as well eat it. Am I still hungry? I am well fed. Not sure I believe that these things belong to the goblins anymore. Okay. I think I got rid of the gauntlets that let me go through that force field. Not sure where I put them. If I need to go through here to... Well, something just happened. That was interesting. Was that it? Was that the right thing? Or does it just do that anywhere? Okay. So that was the correct... Just try using it somewhere random and see what... No noticeable effect. Okay, so yes. I have successfully used it in the prison tower. Yes. Maybe. Do I want them for something later in the game? Or are they just actually a good item? I mean, here's a different set of Frasnium gauntlets. Not the one that I was given, but again, the owner's dead. Are they good armor? Yeah. That was basically my assumption, and glancing in the hint book in the armor section, it lists, leather, chain, and plate as armor types and doesn't even mention the Frasnium, so I'm going to assume not relevant. Where was I? All right, so that's one. I know where, at least I'm pretty sure, I know where in the ice world to do that. I wonder if doing that's worth XP. All right, then I won't worry about it. So let me think. Oh yeah, and I can return to Talaris. This is the ice world. Don't actually want to do it here quite yet. Right. Apparently I cannot actually even go to Talaris if I'm wearing these stupid boots. Which leads me to say, you know what? Back to the prison. Where I will just steal some serviceable leather boots and call it a goddamn day. But I'll carry the boots of bouncing just in case there's a puzzle somewhere or something where it's actually useful to have it. No, no. What? No. That was tedious. Oh, my leather leggings were destroyed. Maybe there's some of those in the prison tower somewhere. So none of these goblins wear pants? A sentence that I'm not sure I've ever said before. And will hopefully not say again. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, see a lot of leather shirts, boots, and hats. Not even in the armory. Yeah, that's probably my original pair of Frasnium gauntlets, yep. Evidently, man. You don't wear pants. You're not useful. Yep, looks like I'm going to have to go back to Castle Britain and go to the armory there, where I'm pretty sure there's some pants left. Come on. Okay. It gave me a message that my leather leggings had been destroyed. And evidently, the whole time I was still wearing serviceable leather leggings. I'm very confused now. Yeah, it's hard to tell, but if I look, worn breastplate. Okay, yes. It is now saying that. What? There we go. Okay, it was just, I didn't do enough clicks. He isn't wearing any pants. I have no recollection of what that's from, but as soon as you said that, I knew what the next line was. Hello, Great White Knoll. Right, this links up this way. I forgot. Okay. It's true. Some of those weird bug-eyed monsters in Talaris destroyed my leather leggings. And it has been quite the drama to... Oh, yes, of course. Thank you, Dark Angel. It has been quite the drama trying to procure additional pants, because my first attempt was to go to the prison tower and steal some armor from the goblins, and it turns out goblins don't wear pants. You can get boots, you can get hats, you can get chest pieces from there, but you cannot get pants. So, having done all of that, I should probably save. It's actually been a while since I've saved. I haven't saved since I put the staff together and used it in the prison tower. Should make a checklist of which planes I've done that on so I don't lose track. Uh-oh. There's a lot of these guys. And they're surprisingly buff. Like, in other parts of this plane, these things die in one hit. The harder to kill ones tended to take like 3 hits. So that these guys are giving me this much trouble is a bit of a surprise, actually. Okay. Come on. Okay. Part of the problem is that I've been spreading out my damage. Obviously unintentionally, but I'm just hitting whichever one's in front. Hey! And that's part of what I wanted out of this experience, this trek here. I figured if I killed enough of these things, I would ding. All right. That was aggravating and entertaining. Should take a look and see, now that I'm 11, what new spells do I have access to? Greater Heal. Invisibility, that would have been useful in the whole steal eggs from spiders thing. Sheet Lightning and Paralyze. Let's see. Let's see. Gate Travel. When cast on one moonstone, this spell takes the caster instantaneously to another moonstone. I haven't seen moonstones yet in this game. So... okay. Greater Heal seems useful, though. Invisibility is not bad. Lots of things that want Voss. I suspect I don't have Voss. I do not have Voss. So, of the 6th level spells, I can cast Charm. Which makes me wonder if that works on gazers. Anyway. While I'm here, I should probably recharge the light sphere, yeah. But no, I have no recollection of where the historian told me the Guardian cast a spell here, so I'm going to either wander around at random or go see if I can get the historian to tell me again. I suspect I thought it would be obvious and that I would remember, and then I went like an extra week without playing than I expected to. Oh, good. There's more of them. Genuinely surprised at how many of these guys are left. I guess the respawning was quite frequent before I turned it off. Correct. This takes place between 7 and a Serpentile. The auto sensor on the stream was concerned about the phrase destroying the black. I find that interesting. I have a hardly used light sphere. And I have a burned out light sphere. So, burned out light sphere just broke. Well, that was annoying. Yeah. I tried to drop it on the ground and it just shattered when it hit the ground. Pile of debris now. let's go talk to the historian, see if he'll remind me. Yeah, I haven't saved since entering Taloris, and I don't want to fight all of those dudes again, so I'll just live with only having one light sphere. And I'll try to be more careful with it. And thus did Avatar, the strange creature from another world, set Taloris on the path to liberation. I cannot talk to the historian anymore. That's all he says. Well, I'm pleased to have introduced some, have surprised you and given you something new to see. Yes, I would like to know where. Otherwise, I'm just going to randomly wander around. I mean, if I had to guess, I'm gonna guess it's the disco room up north here, but or the Elia Macinator thing that we never figured out. Bly Skip's room, great. Because, yeah, otherwise I was just going to wander around and try to use the thing in every room until something happened. Yay. All right. Wondered about that. Okay. Two down. I know where the third. I know where the ice cavern one is. I just kind of want an X room before going there. But, eh. If I charm a creature, will it just not attack me? Or will it actually help me fight my enemies? I mean, the thing about the gazers is it's in a chest and the chest doesn't open if you just click on it. So I think I need to either get a key or something off the bodies of one of the gazers or beat the chest open. And trying to beat the chest open while the gazers are blasting me with lightning. If I can get the Voss rune, then I could cast invisibility. And see if I can sneak over in there and do it. But yeah, so that's why I was wondering about charm. Like if I could walk in there and charm. Oh, what am I thinking? Charm is a 6-circle spell, and the gazers are inside the Britannian Blackrock spell. I can't cast 6-level spells. I can't charm a gazer. I would have to cast invisibility in a different plane entirely and then like run there, and I'm sure it would wear off before I got there. So I think the next thing to do is light up more of the gem. So yes, places I've gotten gems from: Prison Tower, Ice Cavern. That's it. There was no gem to be found in Killorn that I'm aware of, and no gem to be found in... Was there a gem in Taloris? I thought that was the ice prison gem. Felt like only like every other zone has had a gem. All right, so when you first get to this is the only... When you first get to this gem in the sewer, you can only go to Prison Tower. Is that right? And you get the Prison Tower gem, and that opens up... That opens up Ice Cavern and Killorn. And then I got the Ice Cavern gem, which opened up Tolaris only, apparently. And now I've just applied the Tolaris gem. If Killorn Keep has a gem, I haven't found it yet. but they can't all have gems that unlock new facets on this because we'd run out of facets too quickly. Oh, right, the Academy. Yes, I have been to the Academy, but I decided not to try the test yet because at the point that I got there, I was out of mana, and I decided I was going to go do other things for a little while before I came back and tried the Academy test. So yes, Tori's been murdered. Talaris and the Academy have opened up. I did Talaris, got its gem enchanted, just now applied it. And so I've unlocked new places to visit with Talaris, and the prison tower pretty much completely done. Killorn and Scintilus Academy started and barely started. And Ice Cavern, I have done the whole dam, raising the waters, etc. The game's currently paused. I haven't given it time to start flashing other facets since applying the gem because I went into the options menu so that I didn't have a lot of time pass while I was talking here. But so for Killorn, I've got the staff made, killed the guy that knew who I was, and accepted the mission from the cat to try to find out about the history, but have made no progress on that whatsoever. And Scintilus Academy, I haven't even, I went in and I talked to the one guy that's available there to talk to before you start the test, but I haven't tried to go into the test yet. Just because it's a magical academy, I'm assuming I'm going to want to be able to cast spells in the test, and so I didn't want to go in while I was out of mana. So if Killorn or Scintilus have gems, they're in sections that I haven't reached yet. So didn't actually mean to go in here. Excuse me. Are you new? Yes. I'm in an alternate dimension. I see an upset human whose name I already know somehow. Krilner, who art thou? How didst thou appear? Did Dorstag's mages send thee, or Zarya? It matters not, I suppose, now that my hiding place is discovered, but please, I beg of thee, bold warrior, do not slay me. Thou hast naught to fear from me. And now I am the poorest warrior here, nay, the poorest anywhere, unfit to appear in the arenas, and yet, if you let me live, I swear I'll find some way to be useful for thee. Wilt thou take me as thy slave? I am not the sort who would keep slaves, that I have no hope save that a lucky blow from my dagger may save me from an untimely death. Really? So, should I reload having aggroed him? Like, there's a lot of stuff where have been just like, I'm going to play it as it lies, but I saved at the least after breaking the spell in Tularis. So I think I need to reapply the gem to this, but okay, I'm here. Yeah. Do I have to accept him as my slave, or can I find some other conversational way to reassure him? This is Scintillus. All right. What sayest thou? How couldst thou even ask such a thing? Let's see. Nope, he attacks me. Very well, if thou dost truly wish it. Oh, truly thou art the most generous and benevolent master one could ever wish for. I will serve thee as best I can, as long as breath remains within me. Tell me, how may I serve thee first? Tell me thy name. My name is Krilner the Coward. I see. Tell me of this world. Truly, art thou from another world than this? But indeed, I am yours to command, and I shall tell thee whate'er thou dost ask. Ours is a world of violence, where a man's worth, or a woman's for that matter, is judged solely upon prowess in combat. Is there no law here? One must always be prepared to defend oneself here. 'Tis considered more proper to challenge a foe first, after which etiquette permits one to simply attack them on the spot if they refuse. But the only law is that which one man may enforce upon another on the point of his sword. How, then, might I avoid being attacked? People here enjoy being the first to spot a newcomer to the pits, especially one who seems weak. They'll kill thee for thy food and weapons as soon as look at thee, if they doubt thy prowess. After 2 or 3 victories in the arenas, thy name will spread, and thou wilt be treated the same as any other. Thanks for the advice. Until then, walk always with thy weapon in hand. If thou dost seem prepared for battle, 'tis more likely they will challenge thee rather than attacking outright. Tell me of this underground complex. Thou know not of the pits of carnage? Mothers frighten their children with tales of this place. There is but little more law above than here below, that little being the whim of the guardian. He has ever ruled our land, for he is immortal, and his magic is too strong for any to defeat him in combat. These pits are the most notorious prison in the land, and the entrance is sealed by his own hand. Tell me more. A savage lot we have down here. They've built 4 arenas down here for ritual combat. Perhaps if thou do well in battle, thou canst earn a place of respect and partake of what small luxuries are to be had down here. And I will stay by your side as faithful advisor. Perhaps. Time will reveal all. What else wouldst thou know of? How hast thou survived so long in such a place? In truth, master, it has not been easy. I was born a weakling in a world of warriors, with neither the skill nor the stomach for battle. I was fortunate that the first who fought me down here saw fit to spare my life. Since then, I've hidden in the small chamber, scavenging for what scraps of food I might. You must be younger than you look if you've been sitting in this room since after your first fight. I have heard enough of such matters, thank thee. I seek a magical gem. It must be the gem Dorstag carries thou dost speak of. He laid claim to it as soon as it was found, for he is the mightiest warrior here, and none dare deny him anything. You'd best give up hope of acquiring anything he covets. Tell me more of this Dorstag. None has ever defeated Dorstag in battle. His skill with the crossbow is legendary. He's beaten many in the arenas, but only keeps the strongest warriors for his slaves. With all the bodyguards he keeps, you could never hope to attack him in his quarters. If you must fight him, challenge him to an arena duel. Will there be anything else, master? Alright, that's it. Farewell, master. Oh, and if any would slay me, thou wilt seek to protect thy property, wilt thou not? Of course. Truly thou art kind and generous. So, yes. Let's see if sealed the entrance by his own hand means this. Nope, it does not. Different entrance, presumably. That said, the Pits of Carnage seem like a particularly poor choice of a place to explore while pretty much dead. Thing about this game, and this was true in Underworld 1 as well, is just, yeah. I'm never awake so long as to get tired before I feel the need to use a bedroll. That said, I've got stuff that I need to get done tonight. So I was planning on streaming until 9:30ish. And so this seems like a fine place to take a break. I will probably spend a little bit of time IDing more stuff in my inventory sometime between now and the next time I actually stream. But with the holiday coming up, I'm not traveling for the holiday myself. So hopefully I'm pretty close to done with the work project that's been just slamming me. And then with some time off, I'll try to get some more streaming in. And so thank y'all for being here. I know that Duke Darkwood did most of the talking here, but I could see that I've got a handful of people who were lurking and watching. So I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. And I think the obvious thing to do is raid Galara Dragon. No, that's absolutely fine. I appreciate having somebody to make it clear that somebody's here and that I can talk back and forth with. Yeah, now I'll let you know if it's ever bothering me or anything, or if I feel like you're like drowning out other people that seem to want to chat. There are occasionally other people that are also pretty chatty, but then I've got like my roommate was watching earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but he basically will just throw in a snarky comment now and then, but isn't going to chat. He doesn't know the game. So no, it's all good. I liked having a conversational partner while I played. I think it makes the stream more interesting overall. It's not just me narrating or, playing 5 minutes at a time in silence. So thanks again. And I'm going to hit this raid button. And I hope to see y'all next time. And thanks again. Be virtuous and all that. Maybe someday I'll come up with, a tagline, an outro, some goddamn emote graphics for my channel. If anybody's got suggestions, feel free to throw them at me. But in the meantime, catch you later.